Good morning, friends. Welcome to my channel, Education Bank by Riddhi. So today in this video, we are going to start with the topic that is Merchant of Venice, Act 1, Scene 1. We will have the summary of the topic and then we will start with the textbook readings. So here I have the summary for the today. It's Act 1, Scene 1 is divided into 3 parts, and we'll start with the part 1 summary. The play opens with the speech of Antonio. So first of all, speaker is Antonio, the merchant of Venice. He says he is sad, but he doesn't know the reason of his sadness. He is sad, but he is unaware of the reason why he is sad. Salarino says that he is sad due to his anxiety about his rich merchant ships at the sea. Now, Salarino is Antonio's friend, and he is accompanied him, and he is saying that he is sad because he has invested a huge amount of money in his ships, and he is worried about that. But and Salanio supports Salarino's opinion. One more friend, Salanio, that supports Salarino's opinion. They says that he must be thinking about the storms that might destroy his ships. But Antonio disagrees with them and says that he is not worried about his rich merchant ships on the sea because his riches do not depend on the sea only. Here Antonio is disagreeing with them and says that nor his investment depends upon one ship or on the annual income of that year only. Then Salarino gives another view and says that Antonio must be in love. Sorry for interruption. Antonio must be in love, but Antonio rejects this view outrightly and says that he hates the very idea of being in love. Here, the Salarino gives the second reason of Antonio's sadness, that is, he must be in love, but Antonio rejects that also and says that he hates the very idea of being in love because he only loves his friend named Bassanio. Salarino remarks if he is neither sad on account of love nor anxious for his rich merchant ships on the sea, then he is sad because he is not married. तो सैलरीनो अब थर्ड रीजन बताता है, कहता है कि अगर तुम अपनी रिच मर्चेंट शिप्स के लिए भी एंशियस नहीं हो, वरीड नहीं हो, नोर यू आर इन लव, तुम लव में भी नहीं हो, देन यू आर सैड बिकॉज तुम्हारे पास कोई रीज़न नहीं है खुश होने के लिए. So here he completes his speech. He further adds that there are certain people who laugh and weep without any reason. Here he gives the reference of two-headed Janus. We'll discuss it later. So Antonio may be sad without any reason. Here we have part 2 where Bassanio, Lorenzo and Guisciano, they enter. Bassanio, Lorenzo and Guisciano appear on the scene. Salarino and Salanio leave Antonio that he does not look well. It may be that he thinks too much about the worldly affairs. Now, Salarino and Salanio leave, and Bassanio, Lorenzo, and Guisciano, the three more friends of Antonio, enter the scene and join him. Salarino and Salanio leave by saying that he may be overthinking about worldly affairs. Antonio replies that world is a stage and he is being sent to play the role of a sad person in this world. Here Antonio is comparing the world to a stage where he has been sent to play the role of a sad person. Guisciano says that he does not want to play the role of sad person, but he wants to eat, drink and be merry. Here Guisciano starts his speech. When we will discuss his speech in the text, we will get to know that he speaks foolishly. His speech contains 2 seeds of good hidden in the 2 bushels of nonsense. So will have it. Guisciano says that he does not want to play the role of sad person, but he wants to eat, drink and be merry. He does not want to look old in his youth. He remarks that there are some persons who deliberately try to look serious in order to pose to the world that they are wisest person on the earth. But the fact is that when such persons speak, they make a fool of themselves because they cannot speak anything. Here Cristiano is speaking nonsense which is neither related to the topic Antonio is saying. Cristiano is saying that he wants just to enjoy his life and be happy in his life. He don't want the old wrinkles to come in his old age, in his youth, and we look like some persons who want to try to look serious in their youth age, and wisest person on the earth, but when they speak they make fool of themselves. So because they cannot speak anything but nonsense, Luciano advises Antonio not to prey to the disease of sadness because sadness gradually consumes a man. Luciano ends up his speech by advising Antonio that he should not fall into the prey of disease of sadness. He should not be sad because sadness gradually consumes a man. And here we have part 3 where Bassanio is going to reveal to Antonio about his love, that is Portia. So Grishano leaves their company. Bassanio tells Antonio not to attach any importance to Grishanio's words because he mostly talks nonsense. Here Bassanio says that Grishanio talks nonsense. Antonio then asks Bassanio to tell him which lady he wanted to visit secretly in order to win her love. Here Antonio asks Bassanio indirectly about Portia because he is yet unaware of her. So Bassanio tells him that he has squandered a lot of money by maintaining a rich standard of life. Now here Bassanio will indirectly start his speech, indirectly अपनी speech को start करके एंटोनियो से पैसे मांगेगा, and we'll see how कैसे वो ऐसे कर रहा है. So but Bassanio tells him that he has squandered, उसने अपनी काफ़ी सारी मनी जो है वो स्क्वांडर कर दी. स्क्वांडर्ड मीन्स अपनी कह लो खर्च कर दी है बाय मेंटेनिंग अ रिच स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लाइफ. एक रिच स्टैंडर्ड मेंटेन करके जो उसकी मनी अलोन नहीं करती थी. ही एक्सप्रेसेस हिज ग्रेटिट्यूड टू एंटोनियो फॉर ऑलवेज हेल्पिंग हिम विद मनी. दिस लाइन शोज दैट एंटोनियो ने पहले भी बसैनियो को मनी के साथ हेल्प की है. एंटोनियो एश्योर्स हिम दैट all his wealth and even his life are at disposal if his plan is honorable. एंटोनियो यहाँ पे श्योर कर रहा है कि जो वो और उसको मनी देगा और इवन अपनी लाइफ भी जो है वो डिस्पोज कर लेगा अगर उसका जो प्लान है वो ठीक है. एंटोनियो आस्क बसैनियो टू स्पीक आउट his mind frankly because he is just making nonsense over here. He is speaking indirectly and making nonsense. So Bassanio tells him that he has fallen in love with a beautiful and rich lady of Belmont and that she too has responded to his love. Her name is Portia. Here we have been introduced to the character named Portia. So he says that he has been in love with the girl named Portia. So she is beautiful. Here he is telling her qualities. She is a beautiful and virtuous woman. He wants to go there in order to win her as a wife. He requests Antonio to arrange loans for him so that he could visit that lady. Antonio tells him that he does not have ready money at the moment. Here, after telling about Portia, Bassanio requests Antonio to arrange some loans for him so that he can visit Belmont to win her. But Antonio tells him that he does not have ready money at that moment because he has invested all his money in the merchant ships. So the best thing is that he should raise a loan from the market on Antonio's credit. Here when Antonio has said that he should raise a loan from the market, in the next scene we will see that Bassanio will reach Shylock for the loan on the Antonio's credit and therefore the plan of Shylock will begin. So here we'll have the textbook reading. First is Antonio's dialogue. In sooth, sooth means truly, I know not why I am not sad. It wearies me. This is part 1 reading. In this video we are only having part 1 reading. So you say it wears you, but how it caught it, found it, or came by. Came by means acquired it. What stuff it is made of, whereof it is born, I am to learn. And such a want-wit. Want-wit means a dull fellow. Sadness makes of me, that I have much ado. Ado means trouble. to know myself. Here, Antonio is expressing his view about his sadness to Salarino and Salanio. He is saying that how I am acquired by this sadness, I am yet to know what it is made up of, whereof it is born. He is not aware about that. How he caught it and found it, he is nothing, he is aware about that, but this sadness is troubling him. So then Salarino will have the speech of Salarino. He says that your mind is tossing on the ocean. There, where your agrosis means rich merchant ships. As we know, Antonio has invested his money on the merchant ships. So he is saying that your mind, Antonio's mind is tossing on the ocean where his rich merchant ships with portly sail like signors, noblemen and rich burghers. Seniors means noblemen and rich and burghers means citizens on the flood, or as it were the pagans, grand spectators of the sea, do over surpass the petty traffickers. Traffickers means merchant ships that courtesy to them, do them reverence as they fly by them with their woven wings. Woven wings mean canvas sails. So what does Salarino means? He says that Antonio's mind is on the sea, where his rich cargo ships with welling sails like wealthy noblemen or rich merchant ships move on the waves, and like grand spectacles of the sea, they excel the smaller merchant ships who bow to them and show respect as they speed past them with their canvas sails. He is saying that Antonio is worried about his ships, as his ships is prone to flood, maybe prone to flood or can get damaged. Here we will see that in Salanio's dialogue, he will support Salarino's opinion and says that he is right. Believe me, sir, had I such venture for, the better part of my affection would be with my hopes aboard. I should be still means always plucking the grass to know where sits the wind, peering in map for ports and piers and roads, and every object that might have me fear misfortune to my ventures out of doubt would make me sad. Here Salanio supports the opinion of uh, Salarino and says that even he is worried about his ships, and he always plucks the grass to know where the wind sits, and always look into the maps for ports, piers and roads, and every object that make fear and make misfortune to his ships. Here we start with the Salarino's dialogue, where he will sport the Salanio view and even says that he is also worried about his ships and how he is worried. So it is a quite big dialogue. We'll look on to it. My wind, breathe, cooling my broth. Broth means soup, a kind of thick soup. Would blow me to an ague. Ague means fever with shivering. When I thought what a harm a wind could might do at a sea. He's saying that जब भी हवा चलती है तो मैं जब मेरा सूप ठंडा होता है उस हवा के कारण, तो मुझे भी फीवर टाइप होना, आई स्टार्ट शिवरिंग, बिकॉज मैं ये सोचता हूँ कि एक हवा क्या नुकसान कर सकती है मेरी शिप को सी पे. आई शुड नॉट सी द सैंडी आर ग्लास रन. मुझे सैंडी आर ग्लास रन में नहीं देख सकता. बट आई शुड थिंक ऑफ शैलोज एंड ऑफ फ्लैट्स एंड सी माई वेल्दी Andrew. Andrew means ship, docked, stuck in sand. He says that whenever I see a sandy hourglass, I think that what will happen if sand will Andrew means stuck my ship in the sand, wailing, lowering her top lower than her ribs, and to kiss her burial, the sand enclosing her, should I go to church and see the holy advice of stone, and not me think of a straight dangerous rocks. First of all, he is fear of wind, that what wind can do to his ships. Then number two, he is a fear of sand, that what sand can damage to his ships. And then to rocks, He says that whenever he go to church, he see the holy dice of stone, and he thinks that what a danger can a rock make to his ship. Would scatter all her species into the stream and rob the roaring water with my silks. And in a word, but even not worth this. Shall I have the thought that such a thing be chanced would make me sad? Should such a thing be chanced means if such a thing happened. But tell not me. I know Antonio is sad to think upon his merchandise. कहता है, but I know that Antonio is sad because he is thinking about his merchandise, about his ships that is on the sea. Now we'll see the Antonio where he is disagreeing with them. Believe me, no, I thank my fortune for it. He says that मेरा विश्वास करो, मैं अपने लक को थैंक्स करता हूँ इसके लिए that my ventures means my money are not in one bottom, that is on one ship. Not my all money is invested on one ship, trusted not to one place, neither on one place, एक place पे भी नहीं है invested, nor is my whole estate upon the fortune of this present year, और ना ही जो उसकी एनुअल इनकम है एक साल की उस पर डिपेंड है प्रेजेंट ईयर की. therefore my merchandise makes me not sad. He said that therefore my merchandise, my ships doesn't make me sad. Here Salarino says, why then you are in love? Salarino is giving second idea that why Antonio is sad. Then Antonio here rejects the idea. He says, fie. That means shame. Then Salerno says, not in love neither. Then let us say you are sad. Here third opinion comes. You are sad because you are not married. Because Salerno says that Antonio is sad because he has no reason to be married. And there were as easy for you to laugh and leap and say you are married, and it is as easy as him to laugh, therefore he is married. Here comes the reference of two-headed Janus, Roman god having two heads, where one head shows the happiness and one shows sadness. Nature had framed strange fellows in her time, some that will evermore will peep through their eyes and laugh like parrots at a bagpiper, and other like a vinegar aspect with such a sore expression that they will not show their teeth in a way of smile, though Nestor swear that just be laughable. Here we complete with our part 1 summary of Act 1 Scene 1. So at last Salarino says that nature has created two types of people, one who are always happy and will laugh like parrots at a bagpiper, and other are of a vinegar aspect. See here, who will not talk to anyone. Thank you so much. We'll continue in next period.